I want to get some thoughts together and express myself a bit about how I'm feeling and what's been happening regarding this civil war thing that seems to have erupted within the Woodstock community. I'd like to say that last night I didn't get any sleep at all. I've really taken this. Maybe I take this too seriously, but I feel really stressed about it. I feel upset about it. I really don't like seeing this happening. I was really sad about seeing the decision that was made. I was sad about hearing the news that Harley and Freely were de-pioneered, as Connor said. And then having read the kind of backlash to it and the amount of people, the way people have reacted, that's been interesting as well. For a start, the reason my biggest inspiration getting into this, I'd started to see raw vegan videos and stuff, and first video I saw was really Tim Van Orden, but so he kind of switched the light on, but I got into Harley's videos and 30 Bananas a Day, and I was completely inspired by that, and that was really the reason that I went full on and ended up attending Woodstock, and from there was massively inspired to just keep going. And so I have a lot to thank Harley and Freely for. I also think they're genuinely been great people, very loving, very giving, really passionate about helping people, and they live their passion, and that's really kind of rare. So they're a real inspiration, and they are still pioneers to me, for sure. But at the same time, I've been moving farther and farther away from them, and even from the first Woodstock I went to, I realised that there was a lot of different opinions out there. There was a lot of different people who seemed to be thriving and doing well and were doing things in a different way and had different philosophies. And so I guess I'd already started to look into to moving slightly away from their philosophy. And then when they started coming out more with the sugar and the cooked food, by that point I couldn't go along with that at all. And I've made recently 2 videos about it. One of them received a bit of attention, a lot more than I expected. It's really badly timed for this thing happening, because it feels like somehow it's obviously not a part of the decision that was made, but it feels like, I made this video Starches on the 8-10-10 diet, kind of saying I didn't really believe it was a necessary backup, and I didn't really support it, and I thought it was a bit of an excuse, and people were being given a bit of an excuse to not to include starch in their diet rather than going fully raw, which kind of used to be the message, I guess. And then that got a lot more views than most of my videos. Usually I get maybe 40-50 views kind of thing, and then Freely commented on it, and then a bunch of people commented on it, and then Ironclad Ben commented on it, and he got we both got sort of called out by Freely and then by Harley in his video, which is crazy, and and I totally get where they're coming from, but I can't. I just don't sort of believe them anymore, 100%, and it feels really bad to say that. I feel really like so sad about all this. Some people are making all sorts of things up. They're saying, oh, they've decided to do this to broaden their message or to broaden their audience or help people out. But I don't think that's the case. I think they maybe experimented with, cooked food and sugar and stuff like that. And these things are kind of difficult to to give up once you've, I've not been into this long, and I'm really a newbie at it, but I've already seen people just go right back to, an almost a junk food vegan diet after having experimented with some cooked food. It's so appealing in a way. My path, I want to stay fully raw. I want to stay on that. I feel like I need to maintain that and be an inspiration to people around me and where I come from. And I think it's sustainable and achievable where I come from, where I live, and I want to show people that. Too many people are now saying, and you can see this in some of the Facebook threads that have been going up regarding this. People are saying like, oh, this raw thing's unsustainable, it's impractical, you can't do it. What Freely and Harley are giving is a better message, it's something that everyone can do. And I listen, that really feels like, and then people are saying these elitist fruitarians and this cult, this religion, and you just feel like, why am I getting attacked for following the message that they taught me, when I first got into them? Why am I now being attacked? So in that sense, I kind of have to agree with the board and with their decision. I really hope this isn't a long-term thing. Once again, it's a really sad thing. But one thing Mike Arnstein said, that he feels like they've lowered their standards of what, of their diet and their health, and that people have followed that, and their followers, and that's, I absolutely agree with that, and that's what I've seen this trend over the last year, is more and more people who are either not aspiring to go raw at all, or have went off from being raw to going back to cooked food, as if it's kind of a more flexible path or something like that, or it's easier, and I don't think it is. I don't think it's... I think it's easier to be 100%. I guess I know it's really difficult to give up the last part of cooked foods and things like that. It's really, really difficult. I completely sympathise with people that struggle with that, but I want to be also an inspiration to these people, and for more and more of us to be there. And I don't want to feel like I have to be like I need to be quiet about it. Me and Melissa had a conversation about this just now, actually, and I've been speaking to Ironclad Ben about it as well. It's like we kind of feel like we're kind of people aspiring to stay raw and go raw, and we're quite fairly new into it, and it's just like, are we meant to stay quiet about this? Are we meant to pretend like we're okay with this message being spread about these excuses that are going out, that are I don't know, and and with people just following this and just believing everything that Harley and Freely are saying, as if it's like as if it's all true, you know, and I don't think, I'm really surprised people are following with things like adding refined sugar and even the cooked food. I don't want to advocate that to you at all as a backup. I don't think you need it. I think there's plenty of other backups that are easier than getting food and cooking it. Much easier, much quicker. There's another thing that me and Melissa were talking about, and you can see her channel's Get Your Fruit On. But we both had the same thing, and I'm sure Ben's the same. We all want to express our absolute gratitude to what Harley and Freely have done for us, our lives, and the inspiration they've given us. But personally, I don't know what they would say, but I just can't go along with them anymore. I still love their videos. I still love the majority of what they say, and you know, I'm much more similar to them than most people. Most people in the world. But there's just too much confusion that's come out of this. Too many excuses. Too many things that don't quite add up and don't make sense. Even 811, 80-10-10, like people just think, oh, 80-10-10, it's like a banana diet, or things are getting kind of tarnished a little. The reputation of these things, the reputation of the movement. So I read Mike Arnstein's post, and I really don't think anyone in that committee has made that decision easily. But to maintain the integrity of the festival as promoting raw foods, I think I have to agree with the decision. And I don't really. I mean, I think there should probably, as a compromise, it could have been reached somewhere that it didn't have to go as far as this. But I can see where they're coming from, I guess is what I'm saying. I can see where they're coming from. And yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. I just watching all these people who are complete, absolute fans and love them and are saying, this is terrible, I'm not going to go to the festival, and insulting Mike Arnstein and saying, oh, this is elitism and this is this, and it's like, please, can we just have a festival we can go and eat raw food and be comfortable with it and not feel like we're getting judged for it? And do you know what I mean? Is it that much to ask that the presenters aren't promoting cooked food? I mean, regardless of whether they're 100% raw or not. I mean, I don't know. I know the thing is it's a circular argument, because then people can say, oh, because a lot of people are like hating on Dan the Man as well. They're like, oh, DTM, he's selling whey protein and he's this and that, and like they're just making up stuff. It's so sad. And Mike Arnstein has fish sometimes. But you're like, oh, why is everyone? They are nothing to do with this. This is a decision that was made by Durian Rider and Freely to change their ethos, change their diet. It's no longer in line with what Woodstock want to promote, and they've had, in my mind, recently a bit of a negative influence on part of what the festival wants to happen. Whether it's good for veganism, probably is. And all that, but I just go back to, it's not what the festival's looking to promote. So anyway, that's quite a long video, but let me know what you think about that, and I hope that we're all still friends. It's something we'll look back on, and hopefully next year Harley and Freely will be reinstated, and we'll forget about this little momentary blip, and things will be fine. So thanks, bye.